Hey, good morning, YCIS. Mr. Hackman once again. So good to be able to come to you again with another assembly, this week's assembly. I hope you had you enjoyed your long weekend, but we're back for another week. And I've got some guests with us today. I know being on Zoom, don't normally have guests, but I've got actually our friends from Young Life, and they've put together a video I'm going to be sharing with you, and we're looking forward to having them come in live again. If you're not a new student, if you've been with us, you know Young Life is a Christian group that operates here in the city. They work with a lot of the schools. They work with Yu Chung, and they've come in on a regular basis and do some assemblies for us. And they've done an online one. So I'll share that with you in just a minute. Just following up from last week, though, I hope you enjoyed that video, Josh opening doors. I so love that video because there's just something about what kindness and small little acts that we do how they can affect the culture and the environment around. And I appreciated seeing some of the comments and some of the feedback from the questions from last week about how you could make a difference. And I'm really pleased to know that there is a level of awareness. There's an understanding that sometimes it's not about just enforcing rules and trying to get people to stop doing certain things, but it's more about how to bring life. Josh, there was some bullying going around. There was some meanness that was being directed towards Josh in that video. And rather than the focus on stopping these kids from doing bad things, which of course we should do, there's something about bringing life, and that how do we bring kindness to change people's hearts. And really that's what the Christian message is rather than a lot of thou shall nots, like I shared last week, how Jesus brought basically humankind from the 10 commandments of thou shall not do something to talking about the virtues that we put into our lives. And a lot of it goes around the fruit of the Spirit that we looked at last year, the compassion, the patience, the kindness, the gentleness, the self-control that we begin to develop in ourselves, that I've said many times, not only helps us, but it has such an impact on our relationships and friendships around us, and in the school setting on how it can change even the environment in the school, making it better for everyone. So I hope you enjoyed that. Moving on this week, because it's a short week, I thought it'd be great, again, to have our friends from Young Life share a little bit. They've got a game at the beginning, a little fun game, and as they would do if we were in the gymnasium. They kind of put something together. It's quite fun. And then one of the members does a short teaching about the parable in the Bible of the prodigal son, the son who wants to take his dad's inheritance and go, and he ends up making some really bad choices and comes back, and obviously how his father takes him back in. And our friends from Young Life will share a little bit about that, about significance. And he's going to use a word about having significance. And if you're not sure what significance means, it's like having meaning. It's about, a lot of times we want to have good grades so we can get a good job, so we can have a good wife or husband and a big apartment. And we feel that that gives us significance. It gives us meaning. And what our friends from Young Life will share is that there's more to significance and meaning than just in those material things. There's often a lot more. So enjoy this video.
Hey guys, we're so glad you could join us today. We're here for our Instagram Club Live with Young Life. Hope you guys stay tuned. We have some games, some skits, some fun things lined up. So stay tuned. We'll see you real soon.
What's up, everybody? We're here with the Funky Monkey game. This is an exhilarating game that's going to work your neck muscles a little bit. It's going to give you some movement in your body, get your blood flowing. All right, I'm going to invite up our two contestants and let's get started. Contestant number one, please step on.
Hello.
What is your name?
Veronica.
Veronica, welcome to the Funky Monkey game. Contestant number two, please step on.
Hey.
What is your name?
Corinda.
Corinda, welcome. Okay, contestants, today we are going to play the Funky Monkey game. Have either of you ever played this before?
No.
You haven't? Okay, it's very common in all areas of the world, so I wonder why they haven't played it. So this is going to involve some neck muscles, so I want you guys to start kind of rolling out your neck a little bit, stretch. And basically what's going to happen is I'm going to give each of you the Funky Monkey apparatus. So this is the Funky Monkey apparatus. It's basically a high-tech bar with two boxes of space mints, each on either side. Basically, you're gonna put it in your mouth like this, and the goal of the game is to do the funky monkey dance and get all of the mints out of these boxes on either side.
What is the funky monkey?
The funky monkey dance comes from the heart, it comes from the soul, so you're just gonna have to dig deep down and find it within you. I believe in you. So this is gonna be for you.
Unleash your inner funky.
And then we have one more for Corinda. Here we go. Any questions about the funky monkey dance?
Yes, everything.
Everything, okay. I'm actually gonna turn this around here so we see the nice branding. We're sponsored by Mentos, so just gotta make sure that branding's in there. So basically, you're gonna put it in your mouth and then shake it as much as you can to make all these mints fall out the top. And the first person to clear out all the mints wins, okay? So I'm actually gonna step to the side and then give you guys a countdown.
Ready? Ready?
All right, ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go! Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go! Oh, Corinda! Is it done? Is it done? No. You gotta do it great, Let's go, Veronica!
Yeah, we're
Woo! Funky monkey!
Oh my God.
Let's
A couple more.
go! 10 more seconds, 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, stop. Alright, let me feel this one. Alright, Veronica, wow, you did excellent. We've got a couple mints still on this side, but this one's completely empty, okay? Completely empty over here. Oh, this one completely empty. But this one, you guys hear that? Still a lot left in here. Okay. Hey, that was a valiant effort for both of you. I'm really impressed with the energy and the style that each of you guys had. I think different strategies work different ways. I gotta say though, Veronica, I did see you using your hands, which was actually a foul in the game, a violation of the game. But you did have more out than Corinda, so I'm gonna just call it a straight tie across the top. So we're gonna have to come back next week and compete again. But excellent job. Thank you again for playing the Funky Monkey game. What's going on, everybody? My name is Curtis Trevitz, and it's an absolute privilege to be able to sit here and share with you guys a little bit of encouragement today. Today, I want to talk to you about the concept of radical significance, living a life of radical significance. So if that excites you or intrigues you, even just a little bit, put off your homework for a little bit longer, just stick with me, and let's talk through some of this stuff. So real quick, what do you think of when you think of significance or radical significance? For me, and I bet for a lot of us, the first things that come to mind are these kind of like adventure, excitement, adrenaline-filled, kind of thoughts and connections. We think of, kind of the opposite of ordinary, tangible, visible impact. And so consequently, when we think about how do we find significance, we often look into the experiences we have or the things we're doing. We think that, okay, if I can do this, if I can do X, Y, or Z, then I'll achieve that significance. I'll achieve that deeper, kind of more radical life that I've always been dreaming of, that I've always been hoping for. And then for us Christians, trying to achieve like radical Christian significance, we think of what can we do? What can we serve more? Can we love better? Can we sacrifice, more often? How can we do that? But something that I'm learning and something that I'm excited to share with you is the fact that radical significance is not tied up in what we do, but it's just tied up in something actually quite different from that. And I want to go to Luke 15 to show that to you guys. So Luke 15, story of the Prodigal Son. I'm sure most of you guys are familiar, but for those who aren't, I'll give you guys a rundown real quick. Basically, it's kind of a wealthy family, and there's a father and there's two sons. The younger son is kind of an idiot, takes all the father's money and leaves the family, kind of disowns those relationships and goes and spends it all up. Gets himself in a bad spot and is now kind of coming back to the father asking for, I guess, forgiveness and also for more money, asking for his father to take care of him. And so basically the story picks up, and what I want to focus in on is when the father is meeting his son. So remember, this is the son who kind of said to his father, Dad, I wish you already just die. Like, I just want the money that I'm going to get after you die. And then after that, he took the money and then, went out and spent it all. And now he's kind of crawling back, just looking for yet another handout. And listen to what the dad says when he first sees his son. Father said, "Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now he's found." So the dad doesn't even wait to listen to any sort of apology, doesn't even try and figure out, where his son has been or why his son is coming back. He's just so overjoyed to see his son that he's like, "Hey, we got to celebrate because you're back with me together." And so then as you keep reading the next couple verses, the second son enters the story. And the second son is a very big contrast to the first son. The second son is the obedient, good kid, kind of always doing the right thing, always taking care of his father's estate, always being faithful, always being dependable. And so he comes back this one day and he's like, "Yo, why is everybody having a party?" And he finds out that the party is for his younger son, who's been completely irresponsible. And so the older son is mad. So he talks to the dad. He's like, "Hey, why are you giving the younger son this party when I deserve a reward?" And this is what the father says to the older son. The father said, "My son, everything I have is yours, and you have always been with me. But we have to celebrate and be glad because this brother of yours was dead, and now he's alive. He was lost, and now he's found." And I think this is super telling and super profound about what God is saying here. He's saying that it doesn't really matter, what the achievements or what your past is or what kind of is going around in your life. Like, he wants to be with you. That's what he cares about. He doesn't care that his son, has been, who knows where. What he cares about is that now his son is back and that they are together again. And with his older son, he doesn't necessarily care that much about all the work and the effort and the sweat and the sacrifice that his older son has given to him, but he cares about being with them. And this has been something that's been really convicting to me, because I think so often I resonate with the older son and thinking, "God, I've been so faithful, or I've sacrificed so much, or I've served you for so long. Where's my reward?" But that is the completely wrong attitude, and attitudes like that are completely missing the point. God doesn't care about our achievements. He doesn't care about kind of the things that are going on in our lives. He cares about us. See, God doesn't need us, but he wants us. God doesn't need us to accomplish his works. He could do that through a rock. He could do that through a tree. He could do that through any random person. But he wants us. He wants to have a relationship with us. He wants to be with us. And that's what he cares about. And I think this is so convicting for me, because I think so often when I think about significance, when I think about trying to live like God or be closer with God, I always think about things. I think about these kind of all-star, kind of superhero Christian stories that I've heard. And, I think about the transformation, the miracles, and all the cool things that God is doing around them and through them. But what I'm learning is that it's not about serving more, loving more, or sacrificing more. What it's about is being with Jesus. That's what God wants, and that's where true radical significance is, just being with Jesus. It's kind of interesting. The Latin root of the word radical is the Latin root radicalis, which means rooted. And I think that's super profound, especially with the contemporary meaning, that it's not this kind of crazy, opposite of the ordinary, exciting thing, but it's this rooted kind of relationship and communion with Christ. That's where true significance is. And so I just want to encourage you that it's not about striving more. It's not about, loving harder or serving more, even though all those things are good. But God doesn't need you, but he wants you, and he wants a relationship with you. And so right now, in these next couple weeks, whether you, are a Christian, if you're a Christian, I just want to say to you that, hey, it's not about, how good is your ministry. It's not about how adequate or inadequate you are, but it's about God wanting to be with you. That's what he cares about. And if you're not a Christian, I just want to tell you that longing for significance and meaning and purpose, that's there for a reason. And that's to point you towards Christ. It's point you to the God of the universe who created you, who knows you. And this God, he wants a relationship with you. And that's where you're going to find the deeper meaning and significance in life. It's not going to be through any sort of success or any sort of, I'm going to serve these people more. Yes, that does give some sort of fulfillment, but it's not the deep significance that we all desire. And the true radical significance is through deep rooted relationship with God. So thank you Hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you again here next Friday.
I hope you enjoyed that. I always love our friends from Young Life, Gabriel, and I forgot the name of the young man who shared the teaching today. I've met him once or twice before, but we're hoping to have them coming back in soon live, as I hear you're going to be coming back into the campus live, and I think everybody's looking forward to that. So let's close out today, as we always do, with just a moment of prayer. Let's read the Lord's Prayer together. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us or offend us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Have a great week, everybody. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Enjoy the questions, and I look forward to hearing your responses. Bye now.